My name is Jessica Wood. I am the Director of Community Outreach for First Light Home Care South Sound. We provide personal care and companionship to people living in their homes. Either they're disabled or normally it's seniors, and we just help them get through their daily lives.
And so how did you get involved with us?
Well, the pandemic and just caregiver shortage, everything like that, we were just desperate for any kind of solution to help us hire and get more people on board. There is so many people out there that need services, and we just couldn't fill that need. And we were seeing a lot of people go without or have to take alternate solutions because they didn't have access to caregiving services like ours due to staffing issues.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, I mean, it really sounds like kind of what was going on for you all was just what everyone else was dealing with, right? Is trying to hire, fill open positions. Um, and so, I mean, at that time, what did your recruiting and hiring process look like? What were you doing to actually get applicants in the door before you started using Hire Faster?
Well, we were using just about anything we could find. We did ZipRecruiter, Indeed, Facebook, just all the big players out there, and we were just not getting anybody. We would get maybe 20 applicants to 30 applicants a month. And even with that, we were getting maybe one or two a month that would come in and possibly be hired. So we just were not hiring fast enough to fill a need or even to do anything with our business.
And so then you're introduced to Hire Faster, and we start working together. And so talk about how does Hire Faster kind of solve that initial problem you talked about of just struggling to find applicants, struggling to get people actually in the door?
So it's been absolutely phenomenal. Hire Faster combined with the Indeed that we had already been doing, it's saved me time, and we're actually getting more people actually coming in the door for their interviews than we were before. We're getting more bigger response time. We actually hear from candidates that say, "Hey, I got that text message and it was so cool to get that. It was so easy, and this was a flawless solution." It makes it to where, from the point that an applicant applies with us, they have contact with us, even though it's just an automated service. And it's giving them those initial questions. It's scheduling that interview for them so that by the time they're here for their first interview, it's saved me time from having to call everybody and sit on the phone and trying to see who's going to answer and not answer. But it's also just given this whole new aspect and point of contact with those applicants that give it better customer service or better communication with potential employer employee relationships.
So talk a little bit about how this has impacted First Light. Has this impacted kind of your business, being able to maybe even serve additional people because you have new hires? And then also kind of a two-part question. On the second part is talk about how this has impacted you and your role in your life.
Perfect. So the just First Light as a whole before this, like I had said, we were hiring maybe one to two a month. We actually hired 8 people in a 2 week time span because we were able to get to them faster and beat out any other employers that are talking to them. And then it has just saved me time. Again, I'm not on the phone for 8 hours a day just trying to get a hold of people. I already know when they're going to come in, and I can schedule my day differently. With my role, I am spread between hiring and recruiting and then marketing and contacts with referral sources for our clients. And this has given me more time to actually be there and be more contact for our clients and then spend more intentional time with those actually looking for a position.
So we're talking to people who are considering using Hire Faster and partnering with us. And so if you were on the phone on a Zoom call with someone who is considering working with us, what would you tell them?
Do it. If you're not even looking at just the numbers and the amount of applicants that we have been able to turn around, like I said, we went from one to two a month to 8 in a 2 week period, and that's already phenomenal numbers. But it has saved me so much time. It saves your HR so much time, hiring so much time just to be there, and you're beating out any other employer to get in front of those applicants because the average job seeker right now is setting up multiple interviews in a week, is applying for multiple jobs, and this gives you the ability to be the first one there, the first point of contact, and that in itself is more valuable than the $1 million I would like to throw at them at Hire Faster. So it's definitely just take the plunge, do it 100%.
Jessica, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. Is there anything else that you had thought of that maybe, I didn't ask the right question, so you didn't get to say it? Anything else you'd like to share?
No, I think you covered just about everything that I would say. Again, I would just go 100% for hire faster. I would trust them with everything. Customer service wise, if I ever have any questions, they're right there for me. And it's just made hiring process for us significantly easier and faster.
Jessica, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.